What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to talk about the different locks you can have with freeform locks. The first lock we're going to talk about is the Kungo Lock. And basically what the Kungo Lock is, it is either multiple different locks form into one, or it's just one big lock. As you can see in this picture, how big this lock is. And this lock can get pretty big, really big, I must say. It depends on whether you separate your hair or not as a freeformer. Next lock is the flat lock. And the flat lock is basically a lock that is flattened. And you can get these type of locks just basically just laying on your hair. And they're naturally formed flat. And they give that flat shape to them, you know, rather than that cylinder shape that most locks have. This lock is very unique. I really like the look of this lock, just like the look of the Kungo Lock. And yeah. Next is the traditional cylinder shaped lock. And these locks are primarily seen with people who like twist their hair and people who want their locks to be like really cylindrical, but you can also get these locks freeforming too. It just depends on your, you know, hair regimen and how you sleep. But these locks too are my favorite. You know, I have a few forming in my hair too. And with these, you can get really stylish with these. I would say they're a little easier to manipulate if you do want to manipulate these. Whereas the Kungos, they're a bit, you know, tedious, especially with washing, because you have to get in there because it's such a thick lock, because it's multiple locks combined together. And yeah, that's basically a cylinder lock. Next is the Premature Lock. Premature locks are basically locks that that are not formed yet. They're trying to get there, but they're not quite there yet. As you can see in this picture, this person you mainly see the premature locks like early on in your journey when your hair is still trying to, you know, form and still trying to lock. And with these, you know, if you're on a lock journey, pretty much anybody can have these, whether you're traditional or a freeformer. So I feel like everybody has these stages. Mainly people call this stage the ugly stage, but you know, it's all about perspective. You know, if you think it's ugly, it's gonna be ugly. If you don't think it's ugly, it's not gonna be ugly. Yeah. Next is the skinny locks. Skinny locks are basically self-explanatory. It's a thin lock, and you could find these on people who separate their hair and people who don't separate their hair. But it's mainly seen with people who do separate their hair, since, you know, when you separate your hair, you're making them smaller. So let me see if I can show y'all a skinny lock. Here's one. Skinny locks right there. And you see how it was like with this one. Skinny locks tend to try to, you know, Kungo up with other locks, especially thicker locks beside it, because since they're so like skinny, it's kind of like the skinny lock is very friendly. It's a very friendly lock. Next lock is the locks that stand up. I call this the Mr. Cant Get Right lock, because while the rest of your hair is falling, this particular lock chooses to defy gravity. It just chooses to stand up no matter. It's just really stubborn, very stubborn. As you can see on my hair, most of my hair is going in a downward motion. And you have this one. You see how it's just so stubborn. It just want to go up. It just want to stay up. That's basically a lock that the Mr. Can't Get Right. Next, we have the lock that's basically not a lock, but it is a lock. So let me explain myself. So this lock is, it's usually a hanging lock. It's like hanging on to a really fine piece of hair, but you can tell it's trying to be something. It's trying to be a lock, but it just can't quite get there. You feel me? Let me spread some light on the subject. Look, as you can see with my hair, you see that? That is one of those locks. Look at it. That thing is hanging on by faith and hope. Look at it. A thin strand of hair. Though these are the type of locks right here. I can't even.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Next is the curly end lock. Yeah! These locks are primarily seen in people with a more curlier hair texture. These people's hair ranges from like 3, 2 to 1. You might see some 4 people here, depending on how kinky their hair is. I can show a picture right here so you can get a idea of what it looks like. You can see the ends of it there. They're very curled off. They have a little curl at the end. Baby curl. Let me see if I can, point any for myself. Okay, here's one right here. Here's the one with the curly end. As you can see, it's forming and it curls off. It's like an S curl at the end. It's like bam, bam. And it's basically what a curly lock is. Yeah, that's basically like the different type of locks you can have within your freeform lock journey or lock journey. Please comment down below if I miss any, because I'm always free to be educated or free to learn something different, so I can incorporate that into my content. You feel me? Yeah, and yeah, that would pretty much draw me to freeforming, and just the different sizes, different shapes, and the different variations of each lock. You might come across a person that has all flat locks, or come across a person that has Kungo locks, thin locks, thick locks, or a person that has a combination of all of those different locks. So it's kind of it's a beautiful journey. It's a real beautiful journey. If you are thinking about starting your journey, man, start it now. It's really simple. It's really simple. You don't need no towel. You don't need no sponge. You don't need nothing. All you need is water. You wash your hair, and there you go. You just let your hair do what it do. And you can also separate if you want to. You feel me? It's your hair. You can do what you want to do to it. But you can start freeforming right now. Simple as that. Just water, wash your hair, and it locks up. And all hair locks up. And it's pretty much, it's just some, if your hair is kinkier, it will lock up a little bit faster than somebody's hair who's a little bit straighter. So if you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. Peace.